Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Vaishya and I'm an engineer as well as a robotics specialist. So today we are going to talk about actually how to be an expert in machine learning. Yes guys, and if you have been come across many things, machine learning, deep learning, AI, neural networks, we came across any different topics, but we never had classified it properly. If you go across the net, you will classify a different type of diagrams, different type of pie diagram. So instead of that, I will give you a proper proposition or a chart how to study machine learning in a proper sense. Yes guys, this has been done by my itself. I have done a lots of research after lots of video. I have come across the so many thinking that how to grab a part in a machine learning. So whatever I gained and however I learned, I will be telling you in a very short period of time. So this is like machine learning. So first of all, a very important part of machine learning is that you need to know the topics. You will come across neural networks as well. But what are those we are talking about? First, we need to know the classification. I'm talking about the classification in machine learning. If I tab, now what are those classification? For very important is support vector machines, also known as you can say SVM. If you will search in Google, you will directly get a topic on this. So instead of searching all of the stuff, you can directly go on this SVM and you can learn properly on what this SVM is. So if I go, and what is the second is called decision tree that you need to learn properly. Decision tree. Its really form, it is also known as DT in ML, really famous. And this what I'm gonna talk about. The four are the main important, like classification, regression and clustering, and dimensionality reduction. I will give you those topic very deeply. So instead of going across any of the part, you will have to follow just what I'm going to tell you. So first, what are we are like support vector machine. Learn that after a decision tree, and after that, you will be learning about random forest. Random forest. Yes, these are the basically topics of classifications. Then K nearest neighbor. I could have explained this extended part, but instead of explaining, just try to focus on whatever you are referring now. Okay. Artificial sorry for the spelling mistake guys. Artificial neural network. Okay. So guys, this is artificial neural network come across classification. Okay, so there is a myth, or you can say the rumors about neural network is one of the part of deep learning. It is very different and it is so huge that you cannot know. That's not a part. Actually, neural network is one of the most important part of, you can say, the machine learning. It come across with a minute, and you can say the detailing learning about the data. That's the reason it is a bit difficult, but I'm not saying it's really hard. It's just, you can say, a bit complicated and twisted. As you are dealing with the proper mathematics, so it will be a bit complicated. So it will be learned by deeper practice. You will be able to have a so other than any other, you may have a bit time, or you can say you may be quicker. Depends totally on your habitual understanding. You can come across this neural network faster. Okay. So net is fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic with the name itself, it's a fuzzy in logic as well. It's totally dealing with the how you deals with the data in a logical ways. just like in operators you come across with them. So it will be the fuzzy itself in and bits particular based on total and logic itself. So no need to hear. Bison network. So instead of explaining you this, why don't you try itself and just work on it? So you will be able to understand this part. These are the classification, guys. I have a whole book on classification. Okay, so these are the most trending as well as an important algorithms to learn. Okay, coding will be the whatever you're gonna code, the code will be the one part of how the system will flow, but the algorithm are the one which are actually the reason or how the machine learning is been actually working. Machine learning is totally mathematics part, just with a bit logical part. You will, if you like mathematics, even you understand it more rather than purposes, so it is enough. As you know, people were very great in the 10th standard or to 11th and 12th, and after coming in engineering or any graduation part, they get a bit low because the pattern is totally been changed, or you can say examples, or you can say the mathematics was become so more complicated as well. So it's not that if you are able to understand the mathematics which you are in a previous classes, so it is totally that only. Okay, just you need to have a more grasping power, nothing else. So even if you will learn on the same space, you just need a patient to understand this. It is totally simple and worth to learn. So with this last Bayesian network, I end my topic. And if I tell you about one more thing, which is regression. Okay, this regression. Now, if you people may heard of very simply linear regression, so I will give you all the linear regression in within that. Linear regression, multiple regression, different type of regressions. Regressions are basically telling you about the data on a chart and creating a line within the chart. Okay, so the prediction value is been used for prediction. So the prediction, whatever you predict, will be more accurate and as accurate it can be. Okay, this is linear regression is used for. If you come across a digital marketing for a stock market, you can say stock market prediction. Linear regression is been mostly used. Okay, so logistic regression is a more like a yes or no function. It will analyze the data. If there is a possibility, yes, it will show yes. If there is no possibility, it will show no. But it requires a very high precision. It shows a very high precision in a part that there is a confirmed news that it will happen, or there is a confirmed news it won't happen. Mostly for the weather forecasting, we use this logistic regressions. Okay, so stepwise regression. So this stepwise regression is being throughout tremendous. If you are able to understand linear and logistics, so you will be able to more precise, or you can say a more simpler version of stepwise regression, just a more few steps added while having algorithm part. The stepwise is similarly working as a both of them together. Okay, so I will give you the one more part is the partial. It's a bit big with a big name, but you can say the exception in a case of regressions, square regression. This is been used for the particular itself, and this is regression. This not on are not only the 4 regressions. There are many more regressions like analytics regression, Bayesian regressions, but these 4 parts are been one of the most used right now. So whatever the part I am giving you, they are not just a part to study, but they are actually been applied throughout the industry right now. Even if you go on a search, you will find this. You will be getting this type of these topics which has been working in current situation. So if you are able to understand what the current situation is or the current technology, you are able to understand what the future will be by, or the which way the future is going to be. That's the point. So I'm showing you that part only. Okay, so here comes our clustering. Yes, clustering is one of the most, you can say, Tablian part of machine learning. It I will just there are two types of my you can see. Let's I will try to write this first. Like if you still get in problems, so I will try to write in words. Okay, I won't be explaining clustering because clustering has a requirement to take a more. So even if you can even if it's like regression where it show a point to point dot, okay, excuse me, and where as I am in home and the kitchen is been out so still on, so I just get that type. I'm really sorry for that. So we will be moving across this part where we are talking about the words talking about the words in a clustering form. Clustering is a mainly like a graphical machined view of any graphical data. If you are came across the digital functions, you will be known that how big it is to understand every inch of a data. You will be understanding by the clustering. And if I move across one more part, which is really if I want to say clustering, then it will be the non it's like a K means. Okay, I won't be giving much about the K means. That both are basically same. It's like hierarchical and non-hierarchical, just like a supervised and non-supervised. Okay, now here comes our. You won't be mention. This won't be mentioning easily, or you cannot find it that easy because it is being used in a bit higher versions of machine learning as well. Okay, this is a dimensional reduction, so you need to have like if you are able to cross some of the finest project in small one, so you require a big more principles to understand this type of level, or you can say the level of machine learning. Okay, don't panic guys, it will just take not more than a few weeks to understand all these topics. Very few weeks it will take to understand all. If you are able to understand, it will take just a months of practice to occur everything. I'm not saying that it will happen within a day or a week, because that's not possible. You need to continuously work, and the trial and error what we are working across a life, school, graduations, different stuffs. It will take month and more max to max. If you are even going up with all the spirits, if you are totally dedicated, giving all the time you have on this, it won't take not more than a month to master all this. Okay, master will be the actually big word for that. It is you can I give the short form, so it's easy for you to search for. I'm not saying go on the master, but you will be able to across do the good part of them. Okay, so this linear discriminative discriminant analysis, both are mostly the a bit most symmetrical part, but has different features in it. So it will be easier if you understand a dimensional reduction in a proper way on my videos. Okay, so I will be having in the future, I will be having all the parts separate videos for everyone to understand. If you like it, still gives up a thumbs up and try to think be the one. Okay, thank you so much.